All right, this is impromptu. This is going to be something like in correlation with what I just posted. That really has no visibility yet. I call it the Morty shield. Rick and Morty fans, you may remember that one episode where Rick was going against the Citadel and the evil Mortys and the other variants of Rick. But then at one point they showed the planet, or the Citadel in that case, but I'm correlating to the planet, and it was covered in a bunch of Mortys. Basically, the whole planet was shielded with a bunch of Mortys, and because they kept stabbing the Mortys, you'll go see the video on my page, stabbing the Mortys, and the Mortys were in so much pain that the energy signature from their pain was masking the energy signature of the Ricks. So what I was saying in my mind is it's kind of like something similar from my perspective. What's going on with the planet? Only it's not in the same fashion. We got so much terminologies and different levels of empathy going on this planet that we're containing the chaos. See, in that Rick and Morty analogy, they were blocking out things from finding them. In my analogy, we're blocking out things from helping us. Everybody sitting here surrounding this planet with all their own personal perspective of what they're going through, the value that they're giving it, the classifications that they're telling themselves, and that's what this reading will be about, the classifications of empaths via my perspective. You got all these people shielding this planet with their bullshit-ass empathy, myself included. Everybody telling themselves what they are, what they aren't. And this planet's pushing off an authentic vibrational high. Let me be me. See, I was getting ready to go somewhere and go with that. Let the planet heal you. No, fuck that. Maybe the planet is trying to get us off. Maybe we're the roaches trying to knock us off, but we won't let it free. So you got all this individualized human level energy pushing off this bullshit ass empathy that is only putting internal stressors and pressure on the biospheric energy, if you follow where I'm going. So we out here basically killing everything designed to help us because we're too busy investing in what's causing us harm. And again, on my card of the day, and they almost chopped most of it out, but a lot of it came in there. It was around 11 minute mark in the video. I tried to repost it, but it keeps knocking it up. And I was saying how I've said for a long time that empaths are nothing but sympathetic distractors. It is, they become so responsive to everything going on around them, and they start finding glamorization in the definition of everything that basically pulls them apart or makes them become embattled in some sense, that they don't never realize, holy shit, maybe I should work on me so that there is not so much externalized effects. No, you come up with glamorized terms. Again, I said myself included. As a Heyoka, we have what they call is the strongest level empath, the Heyoka empath. Nothing phases us. Things phase us. It's just that we see shit for what it is. But still, it's an empathic field nonetheless. Empath, E-M-P-A-T-H, should be your energy being moved into a path. E-M, your energy, E-M, being moved, path. A path that should do what? Show me. Not a path that should show me with all these kind of traumas. I'm an INFJ. I'm a high-level empath because somebody sneezed last night and I felt the pain in their right kidney. And again, for decades, if not centuries, people have glamorized that bullshit. Is that, oh, girl, you are strong. Your empathy is real strong. So humor me, and I don't give a fuck about you being upset, because you got to sooner or later start seeing where we're all a part of the problem. That glamorized spirituality, and it's not just spirituality, that glamorized religion, them glamorized traditions, them glamorized systems of belief in whole, that makes you start trying to figure out narcissistically how to stay being a victim. Again, sympathetic distraction. Maybe you can't, and I say this all the time, maybe you can't go into Walmart late at night because the energy's so heavy in there, because you're used to walking around and not doing any fucking thing to get rid of your own shit. Except for shadow work. Sorry, let me not do that. Shadow work is only figuring out the results of where you already lost your light and have already fallen prey to an experience. You see that? That wasn't me. That's where I lost my light. That's where I allowed my light to go through an experience. And these were the parts of the experience that I no longer want to deal with. Holy shit, how'd you get there? See, life did that to me. No accountability, no fucking responsibility, just sympathetic distraction into some more bullshit to keep you further away from yourself because you're now Morty shielding it, paying attention to everything else that holds you in your pain. Just getting ate the fuck up. And all I know is I can deal with what I can deal with. So, 5 types of empaths. My perspective, my experience. Energy sensitive. The energy sensitive empath is kind of like the one I just got through describing. They're more or less the ones who, not gonna do that. They're more or less the ones who basically are responsive to other people's energy. And again, the analogy I gave this morning is, in the sense of empathy, it is the holes in your own auric field that become attracted points to those complementary energies. Complementary does not always mean the same. So just because bad shit keep coming towards you, it doesn't mean that you got bad shit within you. It just means that you have not sealed off your energy enough. And if there is a large enough component for where that bad energy is wanting to make change, that positive, I shouldn't use bad, but I use it anyway. The good energy within you might be attracting the bad because the bad might wants to change its trajectory. Just leave that one simple because somebody gonna read too much into it. So an energy sensitive person is one who is more responsive and more responsible for how others are making them feel than really centering themselves and disavowing being moved altogether. So here's the energy sensitive by my perspective. Holy shit, what's that? That's the auric field. Fear. They're more fear-based. This, again, like I said, I can't go into Walmart past 10 o'clock. Definitely not on no Friday. Why? Because the energy heavy there. So you operate out of fear. Sympathetic distraction. Why? Because you haven't learned everything I just got through saying. You haven't learned to hold yourself together. And then that way, you holding yourself together, even if shit is attracted to you, it can't get into you. It can't get into you. But I can't get into me, so now everything else get into me too. Morty shield. Second one, energy dense. Again, that will go to the Heyoka empath. Energy dense. The bad side about energy dense is sometimes you can't tell what's really there because you've already told yourself not to be bothered by it. That's not always, again, that's not all Heyoka empaths, and that's not all people who can be considered Heyoka paths too. Heyoka empaths. Energy dense person is somebody who is, man, I don't understand, man. You ain't see that shit fly by you? No, man, I ain't see this shit. Why? Because you have not been taught to pay attention to it. And there's going to be a difference because the last one is energy dumb. This is, I know stuff going on, but I just didn't catch it. Why? Because I'm energy dense, so it didn't affect me as quick as it would an energy sensitive. So here's the energy dense. I ain't see it. This is the judgment card, but this is things have been revealed. Again, like I just got through saying, I know something there, but it just didn't bother me. I don't know, man. Something went through me, and I feel sick now suddenly. And that shit didn't bother me. Energy sensitive, holy shit, I walked into that old prison cell, now something's sitting on me, and I feel nauseous. Energy dense is, damn, it's stinking here. Yeah, some bad shit that happened here, but it ain't affecting me. Energy dense. The next one, energy compliant. This would be a type of empath, if you want to use that word still, that can stay in the flow of where the energy is going and not buy into all the definitions. Holy shit. Again, let's use the going into an old asylum. Yeah, man, it was some dark shit that happened here, but you know what? Stay present. This is talking to themselves and talking to the vibrations of their energy that have now entered into their path. You know what? I'm not challenged by the vibrations that come in here. I see you were here for an experience that you probably shouldn't have had, but I can't change that. And I can't let your inability to let go of the experience change me. So this will be somebody who can stay with the flow and stay present and just understand the energy is what it is. And I can comply with it. I'm not going to let it run me, and I'm not going to try and control it. That's what a lot of people out here are doing. That's a whole nother class. Energy compliant versus energy defiant, out here trying to tell energy what it can and can't do, and then you end up dead. Sorry, exorcisms. Excuse me. Shh. So, energy compliant. An energy compliant person just goes along with the flow. Trickery. This is a trickery. I see shit for what it is. Trickery, 2, 5. I'm connected to 5, the movement. And I'm not going to let it trigger me. I just see shit for what it is. I don't look at energy. And you hear me say this all the time. I don't look at energy as good or bad. I just look at it as energy. That inclination of use, good, bad, light, dark, up, down, those are all user level energies. Those are all base level energies. Energy is just what it is. I will only trick myself by falling back into one of the other categories. Being energetically sensitive, energetically dense, energetically dumb, or this next one, energetically hungry. So energetically compliant, where I just see shit for what it is, I get to be the first form of trickery. The first thing that's going to trick me into becoming part of the Morty shield is when I lie to myself about what's going on within me and now correlating it to what I see. Energy hungry. This goes in multiple directions, but in the current format where the planet is basically operating out of its own shadows, the light's been gone, we only dealing with our own traumatic ass enslavement, colonization, greed, lack, fear, all these lower vibrational energies. That leaves people energy hungry to the point to where they either want more out of the energy or they hungry to have the energy itself so they can re-inflict harm onto others that harmed it. So this becomes that vicious cycle of vindication. I'm energy hungry because see, if I had everything, then I'd show you motherfuckers what I do. Or you know what, this too much. I'm energy hungry for something else that could offset everything that has already offset me. That is going to become where you get into energy hungry spirits is, I know that if I could change the parameters of this game, then I can change the whole game itself. Instead of let me change me and figure out how the game changed me and whether I need to play the game at all. See, that gets back into that energy compliant. So energy hungry is, I just want to basically become parasite man. I just want to get my hands in it and I'll figure out what I can do with all this energy. I don't see myself as enough. Scarcity. I want to be the creator of the trick. Remember the last card was energy compliant. You can see where you can trick yourself by trying to feed too much into that energy. This energy hungry person is, I don't see myself as enough. Let me get more. But holy shit, Morty shield, you're only using the same shit that pulled you apart. I don't care. I'm going to pull others apart while I've been pulled apart. Holy shit, reciprocation of experience, not change. Turnabout. That's all it is. Infinity loop. Basically chasing your own tail so that you can eventually tail the tail to make somebody else have to chase. Shh. Last one, energetically dumb. These are people who are so caught up in programming. And again, this is not just religious. These are people who are so caught up in programming, whether that is formatted spirituality or formatted tradition, formatted religion, formatted atheism. I don't believe in shit. So they're just energetically dumb because we'll just call it science. They'll have an explanation for everything that goes on, even if the explanation for what is going on has already been there. They just don't want to believe it. So this energetically dumb person is just, I don't see shit for what it is because it can't be that. That ain't nothing but God, baby. None but God. Holy shit, you see Big Mom materializing there? That's the devil. Holy shit, Jesus. Energetically dumb. No common sense. Why? Because you already been ruled over. You can only focus on what's already got you trapped. You understand that? So in the sense of the Morty shield, you're going to probably be the biggest component because there's more of you than anything, and you can be easily programmed. So the biggest part of the shield, the biggest part of the trap would focus on you, putting you in place to shield this planet and keep it trapped in its own vibrations will be of more benefit than trying to find somebody who only wants more from the energy, or somebody who can't be tricked by the energy, or somebody who see where the energy is, or somebody is just scared that there's too much energy altogether. Somebody who can't think about the energy at all ain't going to ask no questions. They just going to trust you not. And what they don't understand, because they've already been tricked into think that somebody understands it for them. The Morty shield. We ain't helping the planet. We're harming the planet by thinking we're helping ourselves and then lying about the planet is here to help us when we're what's helping the planet stay in dismay. Perspective, motherfuckers. Perspective.